think that Japan doesn't want Islam in Japan? Is there something you have in common with Japan? East, where the sun rises from. East, always east. They said no to Islam. No mosque, nothing. Look at Cameroon yesterday, which family says now saying, we are a Christian country. At last, you know we're a Christian country. Useless people. Because of oil. Who said Biafra will not give you oil? Who told you that? Who is the idiot that told you that Biafra will not give oil to Britain? Or that Biafra will not give oil to America? Who told you that? Who is the new clinical professor at Harvard Law School? I repeat. Who is the new clinical professor at Harvard Law School? Most prestigious. Can you find an Hausa person as a clinical professor at Harvard?
Hausa professor.
Please help me. People who don't know who they are. Why am I preaching to them? Because people are said I should do so. I should get on with it and stop complaining. 5 people told me the same thing, and barrister said, Chikwa said, just get on with it and do it. If you complain too much in the next life, you will go to some job again if you don't get time. I'm now begging. This is enough. I don't want to see this again. Please, Chikwa people. Have mercy. My goodness. Clinical professor at Harvard Law School. You go here. And I'll get your name in a minute. Because there's no need saying something you cannot substantiate it. I want the name of our sister who is the clinical professor at Harvard, please. What is her name again? I'll find her in a minute and I'll bring her to you. Clinical professor, those who are intelligent. Brilliant people. Well read. I want her name. I want the name of this our sister. If I don't get, I can't continue. I want the name of this our sister who is a. Oh my goodness. I want her to understand. We're not in the same league with them. We can never be in the same league with our people. Never, ever. Not in the same league. They call her a Nigerian lady. When we are doing well abroad, they say, oh, Nigerian. It's a Nigerian lady. When are doing well, you become well, this is what shops here. When they are doing well, it's nice. Look at what you're about to make. Don't know. And then is Dila. She's the clinical professor of law at Harvard Law School. Dila Omuna has been appointed the clinical professor of law at Harvard Law School. She has been a lecturer at HS a deputy director and clinical instructor at Harvard Law School, Criminal Justice Institute. We're in NASA. The head of NASA's methodological unit is an Igbo man. Oh, dear Lord have mercy. Can I beg you do this? I beg you, thank you very much. For giving me her name. Can you be a Harvard Law School professor? Malam, can you ever be, not even in Saudi Arabia, can you be a scholar in Arabic studies? Because you don't have it in you. I'm going to start today's program by reading a headline from the Zoo newspapers. You know what I can do? Zone 9 new AIG warns hoodlums terrorizing Southeast. His name is Etin Enekokum. He's a Biafran man, but he was raised by the Fulani. This is the man that is responsible for the death of my father and my mother. This is the man that is responsible for the death of 28 young Biafrans in my house on 14th of September of 2017. This is the man that Uisa and the zoo police have brought back to kidnap, to terrorize, and to kill our people. Therefore, I'm going to come to Anambra in a short while. Therefore, those of us in Abia State must be very, very careful. Very, very careful, because I have a series of announcements to make. This very man, we are going to find him. And I'm announcing it because I think that my appearance and behavior is long overdue. Very, very careful. It is way long overdue, because before I do anything in life, if Britain respects me for one thing, is because anything I'm going to do, I warn you in advance before I do it. So when I do it, you know it's me. I have no need to hide, because I'm not a terrorist. I have no need to hide what I'm doing. This very man, we are going to find him and set an example with him. His name is Eti Ene Okona, and what his scriptures are doing, we are going to ask him that. We are going to set an example with this idiot, that the world may understand how angry we are. This idiot is responsible because they allowed him to get away scot-free. That is why he can come to mouth rubbish all the people of newspapers. We want to let these idiots know that they too, they bleed and they will die. He is the innocent, so man, we will find him, we will find his family. I swear to God Almighty in heaven, that Hague, I want to go there and give evidence. I think the time has come. This was the idiot that instigated the raid on my house on September the 14th. They have brought him back. He went on to boast. I am letting all our men on the ground understand this very, very carefully. The time for us to die has come. To die for what we believe in, that posterity may remember us. This very man went on to say, they know we will strategically confront hoodlums. We will go back to those days when Abia was hell for criminals, when he came to my house to kill me. This man is still alive, and that's why he's still talking. Now we shall take the war to him, United States. So that's what they want, we shall do it to them. This man said he is going to expand his strategies that he used in abduction and in killings extrajudicially of course to all the states that come under his control. He's a Biafran. We must treat him the way that traitors are treated right all over the world. Since the inception of the history of man, anywhere you have traitors, you don't allow them to survive. They cannot survive. I am warning him in advance. That's what I do. There's some people can go, don't say what you're going to say. Get away from my face, you idiot. You don't tell me what to do. I want to be said, oh, unless he is removed from his position within 14 days, arrested and prosecuted for mass slaughter in my house on the 14th of September 2017. That is for Abia State. And I include Recieve in it. Recieve, if you do not remove this idiot, if this fool, if one single soul is abducted from Abia State by this criminal, believe you me, hell and brimstone will rain down. Can I show you of that? And I'm sure some of you know what we can do. I'm sure you understand that by now. I am this very man. You are going to find him, not just him and his family. We will find him, the whole IPOB family all over the world. Find this man over there. I take a walk off. I want to let this man understand that we are insane. I was an example with this idiot. Wilkie is no longer sleeping in government house. He's running from one back. I will find him as well. This idiot, all of you fools, all of you idiots from the east that the following are using, you idiots that cannot reason, you fools that cannot reason. You couldn't do that. All of you, including the so-called stupid governors, you couldn't do that. Say that we know. This is another state. I am going to move to Anambra in a minute. Anytime people come to our land, they kill us and we allow them to go scot-free. It encourages other people to do the same. That's the way the Fulani operate. Anytime one governor kills, and you allow that governor to continue to kill other people, it emboldens the rest to start to kill other people as well. We must take the war to them. We must take the war to these people. Wherever they are still in the public, we stone them. Anywhere we find them, we will go to jail. We will die. The devil will die. And they can't. Because they don't understand civility. They don't understand petition. They don't understand civil protest. They are not human beings. We must unleash our madness not tomorrow but now on all these people that are making our lives hell. The police and the army, they go about kidnapping and killing people. Nobody says anything. That is why I despise always gravitating towards evil. This man came to my hand killed in 2017 and went scot-free. That is why the bastard can come back and be mouthing all this rubbish. We must find him and his family. Wherever they are hiding in the world, we must find them. I want all the major papers in the world to report what happened to the economy. I want them to report it. Let them understand. This is September 2015 must be found. They to arrest and prosecute this man, or else the floodgates of hell will be opened on our state. Floodgates of hell will be opened on our state. That thing they want very bad. I repeat, only 14 days to remove this idiot from office and prosecute him. He must be arrested. He must respond to the death of the affair. Our own man must be found. Because of the reason, because of the way we think. And that is why black people are at the bottom of the pile. All over the world, wherever you go, because of how we reason. The same person trying to address the issue of insecurity in the East and the language that will understand, failed to address his own people in the language they themselves will understand. Now, I believe that you're following what I'm saying. Please pay very close attention. When it comes to Biafrans, the Easterners, to Igbo people in particular, there is this great understanding, there is this unity of purpose that an Igbo man should be hated and killed if need be. It didn't start today. It started all the way back in 1945. And as most scholars and commentators have noted over the years, anywhere you go and you find hardworking people, people who are blessed by God, they attract envy. The only reason why those idiots like Garba Sheikh will be mouthing all their rubbish and saying, oh, we are going to speak the language to understand, is because of their natural hatred for Biafran people. Is there anywhere in the world, even the Armenian massacre has been recognized by the US Congress as being a genocide worthy of note? We lost 5 million people. Some of you don't even ask yourself questions sometimes. How come Biafrans lost 5 million people yet nobody's talking about it? It's because of that palpable hatred all across the board, for no reason. These are the demons that we are fighting on a daily basis. Now you want to teach Biafrans a lesson or speak to them in the language they will understand, which is the language of genocide. That was the reason why the tweet purportedly made by Buhari was taken down by Twitter. But let us just go back a little bit and at least put in our thinking cap this very evening, morning, depending on where you are, and ask ourselves a very simple question. Who brought insecurity into Nigeria? Bandits killed 91 people by bandits, and these are Fulani people. Fulani terrorists killed 90 people. and go Wasagu, of Kebbi State. And I want you to listen very carefully to what I have to say. I want all the people listening all over the world to pay attention to what I have to say. The same people threatening to go and unleash genocide and mayhem in the East, in their own backyard, their own people, those referred to as legitimate stakeholders in the government, or should I say the governance of Nigeria, we are busy slaughtering 91 people in Kebbi State. Now it doesn't stop there. Who are those that are killing Unitas? Is it not the North? Kebbi State is mainly populated by Hausa people. All the, should I say, media outlets in the North only have one agenda: to throw out the Fulani narrative on a daily basis. Sometimes NTA, Channels Television, to an extent AIT, they're using Punch newspaper. Intermittently, they will use Vanguard, they will use Nation newspaper as they will. Now and again. In Kebbi State, as they're busy telling you about Southeast and South, Niger Delta and Igbo, Delta is not even other rubbish. I want to tell you that in one single state in the North, the Fulani is a minority. And in that place that the Fulani people are a minority, they have gone on and killed 91 Hausa people. Are you following what I'm telling you? They have killed 91 Hausa people. You will not hear anybody ever. If it is anywhere else, they'll say, oh, they're killing Fulani. You know, what is happening to Fulani? That Fulani went into Kebbi State, which doesn't belong to them, and killed 91 Hausa people. This happened 2 days ago. The police command in Kebbi State on Saturday confirmed that bandits, they don't want them to be called terrorists. Because once they're called terrorists, you know, Boko Haram, ISIS, the dry bones in the graves that begin to shake. They know the time has come. So it's a shame that some people who are still living don't understand that, especially Igbo traders in Lagos. Do not call them Fulani terrorists anymore. Just call them bandits. So that way the eyes of the people, even the dry bones in the graves that begin to shake, deviated. They know the time has come. Or deflected. It's a shame that some people who are still living don't understand that, especially Igbo traders in Lagos. Gladiator is the first phase of this very deadly salvo. They will destroy your business. After that, they will take over your houses. When I make way for more funny, I want you to be writing down what I'm saying. That is why Barrister will say, go and bring your pen and your paper. So that when we are speaking, you'll be seeing it live and direct. We do that is they'll tell you that if you mix 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen, you will get H2O, which is water. We mean it. If you try it, you will see it. It will. So, what happened in the North? What happened in the Southwest? Southeast. Particular refresh and for us who have come and are going to forget us, we say no, we want to leave Nigeria. Not everybody to pay attention. I say how you came back is another chapter in our political history. How I came back from where? Mr. President, how you return to the Senate as a senator will open another chapter
of great discussion in our political. All right. Because I was there in the field with you running for president.
Okay.
I tell you how you were able to meander. Next time you must teach me how to do that.
It was easy. It was easy.
Now pay attention. Okorocha wants him to teach him how to do that. Now he is telling Okorocha it was easy. Very, very easy. Okay? Now, I want everybody to listen to the story of how easy it was for somebody who did not contest the election to become the winner. That is why I say there is no election in Biafran land. Some people say, bring Samaneta to kill him. Some people say, we are giving you 100,000, go and kill Samaneta. Samaneta is undermining democracy. That's a lie. People that are undermining democracy are these political juggernauts who parade themselves with big stomach. These are the people who have destroyed everything, and that is the reason why we are living. So when they come to say Samaneta is undermining democracy, I told them, I am just the good guy. Now, you are going to also agree with me, finally, that I remain a good guy. Somebody who did not participate in election. He was not voted for. His name was not in the list. He is now explaining how easy it was for him to become a senator without being voted for. Now, you are going to listen to how easy it is. Now tell me, who amongst us is the one undermining democracy? Is it me or this man who is now about to explain how easy it is for somebody to become a senator without participating in election? Now,
I was there with you, field, but it was easy.
Okay.
It was easy.
All right.
I was there with you in the field,
Okay.
but after our defeat,
Okay.
my constituents thought they needed me again.
All right. Listen, after they defeated him, his name was not in the list of the people contesting for Senate, and his constituency, according to him, say they need him. It's a lie. What are they going to need him for? Is it because what he did do anything in the first time? In the first tenure? The answer is no. So he doesn't deserve anything for his constituency to say we want you, but it's a lie. Money has exchanged hands, and he has bought his way to the Senate. Now let us watch.
And so they asked for me to come back.
Okay. They asked him to come back without being voted. They did not vote him after the election. They asked him to come back. Now watch.
And it was a treacherous journey because we had to go through the courts.
Okay. And it was a total zoning because they have to go through the court, judiciary, Nigerian judiciary. They go through the court. Court is the one to determine who is going to be elected. Even when the person did not participate, you can imagine in Imo State, the fourth person becomes first. The fourth person who were fourth position becoming the governor of Imo State. Now, we are now talking about somebody who did not participate at all in the election. His constituency now gathered, according to him, and go to court to say, no, this man did not contest the election. His name was not there. He wanted to contest for president and he lost the primary to Bola Tinubu. So, and during that time, he was contesting for president. He couldn't come to for Senate. He did not pick up even the form to become a senator. So we, the constituents, we have decided that the Nigeria electoral process is not something that we trust. So we are not loyal to Nigeria constitution. The Nigeria constitution is not applicable to us. The Nigeria is not applicable to us. So for that reason, we, the constituent of this man, is now rising up and going to court to make the court choose him and confirm him as the senator from that constituency. Have you ever seen anywhere such thing happen? Now, I ask you, is that a democracy? Is that a democracy?
That is never a democracy.
Is that going to happen in the East? Is that going to happen in Yoruba land? The answer is no.
but it is happening in the north. I tell you, why they have allowed him to come back is to finish what he started, the conversation of Nigeria. I want everybody to pay attention to this. Now listen.
I didn't even appeal.
Okay? He didn't even appeal.
I think the prosecutor should take this one to finish
court.
court.
To say it. He did not appeal.
A judgment that did not give me
comparing and just for
contest. Party and the stakeholders in my constituency appealed on my behalf up to the Supreme Court.
Okay. The party and the constituents of his own place appealed. He didn't appeal. He didn't want to even appeal because he didn't contest the election. There was the Supreme Court arguing that this man, though he did not possess a form, though he did not contest the election, but this is the person who won. Now, the same person this happened in Nigeria, right? Some of them are now shouting P2B. They can't apply the same jurisprudence. When they claim that Nigeria has voted P2B, everybody voted P2B, they put Tinubu, and they are in court. When somebody who did not contest the election become the winner of the election, and then there are somebody somewhere called P2B, who everybody is shouting. Already, they are ready to arrest. As I'm talking to you now, every plan has been made to arrest P2B. Mark my word. If anything happens, P2B will be arrested. I am telling you the fact. And nothing will happen. Because why something will not happen is because P2B is not part of us. It's not part of Biafran. He doesn't enjoy anything from Biafran people. There's no loyalty to him. His loyalty is in Benin, the skip makers. His loyalty is somewhere in Lagos. Those whose businesses have been destroyed and P2B was not there to defend them. But look at, let us listen, because it is very important you know what is going on.
I refused.
Okay?
So there is nothing.
He refused to become the Senate or the senator. They went up to the Supreme Court and they were going to the Supreme Court. Somebody was somewhere cooking and just make pronunciation. Just pronounce him the winner. And once pronounce him the winner, leave the rest for us. And that's how they pronounce him the winner.
Okay, magical.
Okay.
Or remarkable. Then up to the Supreme Court.
All right.
I refused. So there is nothing magical or remarkable. In fact, I have nothing to learn from what happened. The only thing is, you are determined not to come back.
Are you hearing it? He said there is nothing remarkable in him coming back to Senate without contesting the election. He told Okorocha, the only thing is that he was not determined to come back. Because if he was determined to come back, Okorocha would have approached them. They would give the treatment of Hope Uzodinma. That he is trying in telling Okorocha, if you are determined to come back, you would have just go and stay with Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma will make you come back. That is why he's making that statement. He's not making the statement because if Okorocha is determined to come back, even more people are going to vote for him to come back. The answer is no. Well, because Okorocha, according to him, did not play his card very well. And he fight Hope Uzodinma. So listen now.
I know if you had wanted to come back to the net, you would have even done quicker than I would have.
Are you hearing that? Because he feels that Okorocha knows what he knows. That if Okorocha wanted to come back to Senate, Okorocha would have returned even quicker than him, which means Rochas Okorocha would not have gone up to the Supreme Court trying to come back. Because Hope Uzodinma would have just retained his name and sent to Abuja.
Okay.
Round up now.
All right.
Mr. Senate President, I still want to finish.
And the Rogers Okorocha is not convinced, okay, with all this explanation. You know, everybody knows where his power come from and all that. But Rogers, the whole explanation still beat the imagination of Rogers because you can do anything, okay? You can do a lot of things and say, this is what I did, but not when you were not part of the election. Not when your name is not even in the list of people who contest the election. Then you become the senator. No, Rogers Okorocha was not convinced by that explanation. He needed to be student. He wanted to learn how this one is possible. Like Rogers Okorocha will be sleeping in his house, and people will be killing themselves in Imo State, and his name is not in the list of people contesting the election. Accredited by only for and say, well, Rogers, and Rogers thought that, you know, no matter how corrupt Rogers is, this one person, he didn't believe it. So listen.
Personal president, I still say I want to be your student next time because it is more of the more you look, the less you see. My people, my people.
Let us conclude by saying he still wants to be the student of this man because what has happened is the more you look, the less you see. That is the democracy that Biafran people are running away from. We don't want to be part of it. That's why we don't want to validate any election in Biafran land because they are all wrong. Now, in case you do not know what Lawal did to, you know, to become the Senate, you know, even when he did not. Now, I want you to listen to this.
I don't think
what you're about to listen to now is the secret. Is the secret behind all these things that Lawan was saying. Here is where the whole secret lies. I want everybody to pay attention.
at my age, I don't think I will lobby anybody under the sun. I would do the right thing, and I always do the right thing, and sincerely and honestly too. So, I know I look at faces in this chamber whom have come to me and sought for my help when my wife was the president of the Court of Appeal.
Are you hearing that? He recognized people who are in this chamber with him, who has come to his house and sought for help. When the wife was the president of the Court of Appeal, which means if you come to him, bring a billion or 100 million or 200 million or $1 million, just like this man, the Lawal, give this man 100 million, $100 million or $1 million or 100 or 500 million naira, and say the wife is the chief, is the president of the Supreme Court. Please, when this case comes to her table, let her pronounce me the winner. Nothing will happen. Collect the money and go to the wife and tell the wife, look, we have to do this and do that. And that particular case automatically will favor the person who brings the largest money. That is what this man is trying to expose here. Now, Lawan having faced a question from Okorocha, which is this, because of how a judge who is learned, went to school to judge case will be pronouncing somebody who did not participate in the election a win. What happened here? Now this man is coming to tell you how they did it. I'm not saying that the wife is the one who pronounced Lawal a winner, but I'm telling you it is the same process, the same procedure. Now listen to him. How man, God is putting this thing in his mouth to confess, and Lawal was holding him back.
And I'm sure I'm
the second senator, I think I would advise that you just round up and take your seat.
Because he knows that that is exactly what he did to become the senator. Now let us listen to him from here. From here.
and turn and leaving some of us. Next time, you must teach me how to do that.
It was easy.
Okay, it was easy.
It was easy.
Very, very easy.
I was there with you in the field.
Okay.
But after our defeat,
Okay.
my constituents thought they needed me again.
All right.
And so they asked for me to come back.
Okay.
And it was a treacherous journey.
All right.
Because we had to go through the courts.
Okay. They have to go through that particular court they have to go through is a court like this.
Many things. We know ourselves.
No, but
we know ourselves. That is the kind of court Lawal is talking about here. And this man continued to say it when God is telling him to say it. He said, Lawal, don't stop me. We know ourselves. How you people come to me, and his wife, who is the judge, then will give decision in their favor.
This kind of insinuation will mean that there was favor, there was this, and the rest of it. I don't think.
But he said that he don't want this man to say that there was favor. But he himself is just here telling you how easy it was for him, who did not participate in the election, to become a senator. Now ask me, if that is not a favor from somewhere, what is
and
it?
It was a treacherous zone because we had to go through the courts.
Okay.
I didn't even appeal.
He did not even appeal. Listen, he did not even appeal. The only thing he needed is for somebody from his constituent to file a petition to the court, and then somebody somewhere, like this man's wife, is going to do it.
There was favor, there was this, and the rest of it. I don't think it's a good idea.
A good idea.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I must say that, okay, to round up, since that's what you want me to do, I do that. And I must thank particularly my wife, whose freedom and independence I encroached upon while she was in office. And she has been very tolerant and accepted my encroachment and extended.
And you know what this man means by the encroachment? You know what he means by the encroachment? What he means by the encroachment is that because of the wife, he was able to climb the ladder to be able to come to know the faces that he is seeing there, who has come to him for help, to tell the wife to turn around this case in their favor. And they gave him money. And today, some of them are paying him back by bringing him to this kind of place. I don't know whether they have given him appointments. I don't know whether he's a senator now. I don't know what he is. But he is now telling the story of how the wife influenced all the politicians that the wife have helped while she was in the service. As a president of the Supreme Court, is what is now making him to come to this kind of place to question or make a comment to the Senate President, the outgoing Senate President. I want you all to see the feeling going on. Now Lawal is very comfortable with that because Okorota have just asked a question. He had just explained how it was very easy for him to come back without participating in the election. And this man have just done the justice to it.
Help to my colleagues.
The Swedish.
He is still saying, reminding them, all of you that have come to me, how my wife have helped you, don't say that I am not seeing you. Any day you do him, I am going to bring your book. That's easy. This man is giving them sign that is danger. Because anybody that talks like this, if you open mouth, he can talk anything. The man insisted in telling them, he insists that my wife have done this and done that. And good to see you people, my colleague. All the faces I'm seeing here, I have helped you one way or the other.
My encroachment and extended help to my colleagues.
The Swedish.
Again,
I don't think this is a good idea going this direction. It's not a good idea.
You see, it is not a good idea going that direction. The direction that is not good for it to go is this direction where it is very easy for somebody to become a senator without participating in the election.
And return and living some of us. Next time you must teach me how to do that.
It was easy.
It was easy.
It was easy.
Very, very easy.
I was there with you in the field.
All right.
But after our defeat, my constituents thought they needed me again.
Okay.
And so they asked for me to come back.
All right.
And it was a treacherous journey.
Okay.
Because we had to go through the courts.
All right.
I didn't even appeal.
All right.
A judgment that did not give me the contest.
Okay.
The party and the stakeholders in my constituency appealed
All right.
on my behalf.
Now we are going to listen to this man uninterrupted.
Mr. President, at my age, I don't think I will lobby anybody under the sun. I would do the right thing, and I always do the right thing, and sincerely and honestly too. So, I know, I look at faces in this chamber whom have come to me and sought for my help when my wife was the president of the Court of Appeal. And I'm sure
the solution that I don't want to get I think I would advise that you just round up and take this.
We know ourselves.
No, but this kind of insinuation will mean that there was favor, there was this, and the rest of it. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I must say that, okay, to round up, since that's what you want me to do, I do that. And I must thank particularly my wife, whose freedom and independence I encroached while she was in office. And she has been very tolerant and accepted my encroachment and extended help to my colleagues.
The Swedish, please, I don't think this is a good idea going this direction. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
Now you've just listened to that. That is what impunity is all about. Please, those of you who may not be watching from the Enter Biafra, please. The Enter Biafra, like I said, is under maintenance, and it will be on and up and running very, very soon. As soon as the IT group are done with their work, it will come back again. But the video is somehow not responding to the channel 2 because of this new upgrade that is coming to the website. All right, so now we are going to listen to this again. Very important.
Sorry?
I say how you came back is another chapter in our political history.
How I came back from where?
Mr. President, how you return to the Senate as a senator will open another chapter of great discussion in our political book.
Okay.
Because I was there in the field with you running for president.
All right.
I never knew how you were able to meander and return and leading some of us. Next time you must teach me how to do that.
It was easy.
Okay.
It was easy. I was there with you in the field, but after our defeat, my constituents thought they needed me again. And so they asked for me to come back. And it was a treacherous zone because we had to go through the courts. I didn't even appeal. A judgment that did not give me the contest. The party and the stakeholders in my constituency appealed on my behalf up to the Supreme Court. I refused. So there is nothing magical or remarkable. In fact, we have nothing to learn from what happened. The only thing is, you are determined not to come back. I know if you had wanted to come back to the Senate, you would have even returned quicker than I would have returned.
Okay,
And of now,
Mr. Senate President, I still say I want to be your student next time because it is more of the more you look, the less you see. My pet, oh my pet.
And when we are saying we want to be free, it's not only Biafra that is going to be free this year. A lot of nations will break. Nigeria is going to break into pieces. And we, the Biafra people, are going to make it possible. I am telling you now, it is not a hidden thing. It is going to happen. Those of you who are planning to have a election in 2023, which is next month, you are going to fail. We will disappoint you and you will disappoint. All right. All right, that was exactly what is going on. What you just watched now, a while ago, is that the Nigeria judiciary, the impunity in the system, the failed state, and the reason Biafra is living and going. Now we are going to go to the second segment of this particular broadcast, which is the coming sit-at-home order starting from the 3rd of July to the 10th of July 2023. I want everyone to understand the reason why we are embarking on this very important sit-at-home civil disobedience. Very important. Some of you may not understand what we are doing. And for those who may be asking how you are going to get this Biafra, how you are going to do this and this, that, when is this Biafra coming? When is this Biafra coming? Like you used to ask our leader in those days, they will ask him, when is this your Biafra coming? When is this your Biafra coming? Let us go to that particular jingle.
People say Igbo and Niger Delta. Daft useless people without brain. What name we are there answering before Niger Delta? Biafra. And you ask me, how do I know? And then I will tell you to ask Ishekiri people. Ishekiri people signed a treaty with the British. And I'm asking Ishekiri kings today, you must have a copy of that treaty. What does the treaty say? This treaty is between Ishekiri and the chiefs of Biafra. Is that correct? In Victoria, with Ishekiri chiefs and with Biafra. Is that correct or not? Assuming an idiot comes tomorrow and says, oh, Ishekiri is not part of Biafra. They are not. They are Yoruba. They came from Ogun. You know, anything we say on radio Biafra will back up with stupendous ED. That is why our opinion. If you feel so, you'll be disgraced. Just call me. I will give you all the time in the world to outline your thesis or your theory or your hypothesis.
Unfortunately,
2 questions. The first question is to set you up. The second one is to destroy you completely.
unfortunately, not the Radio Biafra of today, where criminals have hijacked it and taken over and sabotaging the movement and sabotaging Biafra. Not that particular Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra of Mazin and Bikano is no longer the Radio Biafra. So if you hear Radio Biafra, just know that that was there. Not. Let us continue.
I'm flat on You're not boasting. It's a fact. People saying Ishekiri is not Biafra. If you go to the palace of any Ishekiri ruler that is descended from those that signed the treaty with the British, they still have a copy. I have a copy of the treaty. I have it. Between Queen Victoria and the Ishekiri chiefs. What does it say? This treaty is made on this day between representatives of Her Britannic Majesty Queen Victoria and her heirs, and wait for it, chiefs of the Shekiri and Biafra. This document was drawn up in 18 something, 2 centuries ago. And you know the funniest thing? The British knew our name was Biafra even. They know that very well. Okay. Because the British treaty. Britain signed the treaty with Biafra. I have a copy of it. The same way I have a copy of Lugard and my original report. Now I have told him this one, they will go and prepare against. I have another one. I said I have another one. That one is Kakoro. Anybody telling you rubbish about his own Ishekiri, Robo, Isoko, Igala, Idoma, Efe, Kibibio, not being Biafra, the person is deranged. He says you it's not letting. The person did not go to school. Anybody telling you that if you go to those states banking, unless you don't want to join us, that people do so. Every state in the south and southeast, including Benue, Lower Benue, and Lower Kogi, they are part and parcel of Biafra. I said, I have the documentary proof from Ndiocha and Windisoji. Daft useless.
All right, you just listen to that. And those who are always asking, when is this your Biafra coming?
Look at people, very weak disposition. And man made of steel. Nothing moves. You continue to push forward, never knowing what it means to retreat. Only forward can you go. Look at people, very weak disposition. And man made of steel. Nothing moves. You continue to push forward, never knowing what it means to retreat. Only forward can you go. Look at people, very weak disposition. And man made of steel. Nothing moves. You continue to push forward, never knowing what it means to retreat. Only forward can you go. People, very weak disposition. And man made of steel. Nothing moves you. You continue to push forward, never knowing what it means to retreat. Only forward can you go.
I want to inform Biafra people that very soon we will be unveiling our digital currency, the Biafra coin. This needs a lot of resources, and then also we need to make this particular coin go into digital market and into financial market. It is something that all of us have to do. I am between now and March, between today, the 10th of February, and the March 10th, we should go to have our digital currency out there. It's a big task. We will have to do it. We want to move as fast as possible, and this requires a lot of resources. And so, as we are protecting our land with arms and ammunition, we are also sourcing for funds to make sure that we have our own coin, we have our own digital currency, and from there, we move to the normal banking system and banking sector. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's something that we must do.
Rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished all the enemies. All hail your throne. God bless the throne. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it.
I am telling the whole world only yesterday.
God bless your throne. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through your crucible unscathed, we pass victorious. Our trumpets beating, Lord, glorious song, may Lord you be your throne. Oh, hail your throne. We shall always remember all that perished in your strong and of freedom. All hail our heroes, our precious wisdom, who day and night save them always. All hail your throne. So shines everywhere. We pray that you
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you so very much. Ndioma mo Biafran, Ndioma. Thank you, and God bless you for listening to our leader, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, our leader Mazenam Dekano. So these are our great heroes, and we can't finish celebrating them. And Michiko Ikabiama bless them for into a huge impact, possibly to give our people a normal life, a better life, better than what the enemy has provided. And so these are people when our hope was almost gone. It was going to be extremely dangerous for our people. Our existence would have been very, very difficult. if this guy had not come out and begin to, create the awareness about, people had to get prepared for it. And, it took energy, it took so many things. It takes imprisonment for doing this awakening. And what some their careers, normal life, and everything, so that we can be free from the damnable Zoological Republic of the Islamic Kingdom. The jihad as people, of course, and they made a very significant impact in trying to stop this jihadist. And people don't understand. Not very careful when you are mixed. You have to be smart, you have to be observant, you have to be watchful, you have to have a kind of self-awareness. If possibly, you have to be extraterritorial. If not, their trick, their takias, their propaganda, their deceit, and everything will swallow you. They are dominant, they are strategic, and they don't stop. And that is why you have to know the strength of this very particular enemy of this jihadist. They have taken lands. They have enslaved people for close to 1,300 years. So you have to understand how big what you are dealing with. Yes. And regardless of all these challenges, our leaders make significant impact. These are brave men. These are not men that watches their people die and do nothing about it. Of course, today Finland happens to be the middleman in the fight. I don't know if you people are noticing, this is a kind of significant moment of history. And or however evil, I don't know if I should call it evil or nature, or this circumstance has put in Finland spotlight, because see the international attention that international event, people are beginning to pay attention what exactly is really going on in Finland. Is Finland choosing a side with the jihadist against a Christian Biafran who was trying to stop jihad in Christians in Nigeria? And at the point that Simon was active in exile, that is now currently going on in the north brutally started, as it has not occurred that it happens like every day, every week, every month. People are being slaughtered. I mean, this very particular disease, was so behind Biafra in the southeast in particular. This dangerous guy, they were going to commit genocide in Biafra. According to them, when they finish dealing with us, we will possibly be drinking our crude oil, or they will screw our enemy from everything. And then if they are selling land, for example, like 1 million for Nigeria, they will be selling to like 10-20 million. They had a very brutal plans for us. They orchestrated the genocide. They opened border for the terrorists to actually come in. And we say no. You are not going to continue to kill us like that while we fold our hands and mourn. How long are we going to continue to mourn our loved ones, our families, our wives, our husbands, our mothers, our brothers, our uncles, our aunties, our families? How can we continue to watch evil being normalized in our own very own way? The world doesn't have to understand. The world will only understand you've been conquered. A society is supposed to have a self-awareness. Never in Biafran people live in a country where they don't know what they don't know building, or they are destroying, or they are just existing. We have to live. We have to be alive. We have to exist. We have to build. We have to make things happen. How long will we continue the message in Nigeria? We mourn our loved ones. The ones that it hasn't happened to the family, they don't care. People are selfish in nature, especially a society that has been dealt with like our own. They use outside our walls, make plans on how to disunite us forever. And they brought Nigeria, they split us into tribes, groups, they collapsed family, they created states and caused people's family into a different state. They made people suffer. And since all these years, our people have not been able to unite, and people have not been able to live a life. Our people have not built anything. We had almost crumbled. And people have chosen to normalize it. They destroy it. They want to see truth. They want to silence our people. They want to take our lands. They have been in charge of the resources still. Our people don't know what they are building. They don't know if they are building anything. Our people don't know what a nation is all about anymore. Our people no longer love themselves. Our people love distractions. Our people are, however, not focused. There is nothing to build on. And if there is nothing to build, people will become lazy. There will be no direction. There will be no proper coordination. And that's why we cannot continue in this pattern. So, right very there in Finland, the Nigerian has been given chance to provide substantial evidence strong enough to accuse our PM of terrorism. And of course, nature has placed Finland in a position today to show the world that our democracy is safe, that our unity is safe, that Finland will not choose side with Islamic Jihadist terrorists against a Christian Biafran, and tell us that self-defense is a crime. We should prove that it's a crime. If you have to make decisions in that degree, you have to be smart in trying to silence the truth, in trying to betray justice. Finland is here today to show the world democracy is still intact, that justice and humanity is still safe in this world. And the world is watching. The world is watching. Unfortunately, there are no evidence on this planet that will betray the truth that you have to kill people in order to betray an innocent person and silence him and silence the truth. Silence him that he was changing the narrative of yesterday, all the lies that you've told our people, all the propaganda, all the you've betrayed our people, how you turned our people into prisoners in their own father's land, how you forcefully disappear our people in your barracks and in your checkpoints, where you forcefully disappear Biafran, young Biafran Christian youths, how you invaded our villages, brought tanks, brought fighters and jet bombers, Tucano bombers to bomb our villages, kill our people in search of medicine and what have you. And tell us how a local security vigilante is a threat to Nigeria. Or is Nigeria? I believe that probably this prosecutor is here to prove to the world that Nigeria is actually the terrorist that has been killing our people. He is broadcasting and telling Biafrans to rise up and defend themselves, that the jihadist terrorists are coming to kill them. And now the terrorists came and the Chukwukama took care of them. You are now blaming Simon that he should have allowed the terrorists to kill our people, that our people do not have right to self-defense, that telling people about self-defense is, I don't understand. So, is the Nigerian Finnish prosecutor trying to bury Nigeria? Because where is he going to get his evidence, such as evidence like where I exchanged the receipts from the company you bought arm from? The whole not mixing up, or you are just trying to silence Biafran's voice by taking Simon. Media, WhatsApp, or what you call it. How did they even get up records? That's crazy. WhatsApp and social media, the YouTube and stuff. Since when did that become a terrorism charge? Okay. Are you sure that this prosecutor is playing the card of Sultan of Sokoto? This Finnish Nigerian prosecutor is playing the card of Sultan of Sokoto, where he said that social media is a crime of terrorism. That social media is terrorist. These are truly typical nomad. When they say nomad, nomad. Nomadic. Say that social media now. Social media is terrorist. Social media na human being, not be social networking. So where did Finland get their evidence? Who carried out the investigation that proved that self-defense is a crime in Nigeria, but in Finland it's not a crime? People have rights to be secure in Finland. Nigeria, France don't have right to secure, to be protected. They should be killed. Is that what Finland is trying to prove to the world? Finland is a separatist country. Finland is on the road. And look at how beautiful they are today. Why is it that Finland doesn't want Biafran people to enjoy what Finland enjoys? The only thing that he thinks that our people deserve is to be killed, to be missing. Many families are looking for their family members. Some of them killed, dozens of them in prisons without trial for years. Is that what the Finnish citizens are suffering in Finland? So it's quite it's absurd, unfortunately, but it's fine. It's real. Update from, let's check it out. We have an update from the Biafran government. From the office of the Secretary General, Biafran Republic Government in Exile, Secretary General Professor Choma Okoma. Update on Prime Minister Ekpa's appealings in Finland. Biafran Republic Government in Exile announces an update to the ongoing court proceedings in the matter concerning Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko in Finland. Our defense team continue presenting video evidences through Thursday, 20th August 2026. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko is now scheduled to take a stand on Friday, 21st August, no longer 17th. On the latest update from the Secretary's office. The Biafran Republic government in exile remains committed to transparency and due process as proceedings continue, and updates will be provided as they become available. Sincerely, Honorable Professor Okoma Chioma, Biafran Republic Secretary General. If you have any information, forward your details through Secretary at Biafran at biafrarepublicgov.org. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, fellow Biafran staff. Thank you so very much. University, thank you so very much. We have a Simon Ekba Kingel. Kingel, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. We love you, ladies and gentlemen. May I present to you Ngozi Shukuka Nkowanini Mayoma. Thank you so very much. I don't even know if you're a man. One day, try to say something so that we know that you are a man or woman and know how we can address you. Or possibly, if you are a man, give me thumbs up. No, sorry. If you are, give me thumbs down. If you're a woman, give me thumbs up. Ngozi. Ngozi. All right, Ngozi doesn't want to respond. I don't even know if my voice is coming out. And we have the girls are always watching after us, watching over us, and showing us, helping us to make the right choices, to make the right decision that will help our cause. And it's giving us the resilience to continue to do the right thing, to ensure that we succeed, and that God will continue to watch over us and keep us safe, and ensure that the destructions of Nigeria will never ever come near us. And we have Chibuzo of Fokansi. Chibuzo of Fokansi, it's been a long time. Thank you so very much for joining. And Kabiama, bless you. We have a Chisom. Oh, I was not following Chisom on this account, but I follow you back now. Very much, Chisom. Thank you very, very much, my dear sister. God bless you. God bless you. God bless every single one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ikechukwu David. Ikechukwu David. Ikechukwu David. Thank you so very much. We're also going to read the update from John Rosamano. We're also going to read his update. He's been really updating X handle, and it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful when you read his articles. They are very, very interesting, and he's telling the truth. This made me have hope on this world, that this world is going to be a better place by all of us working hard in our various homes, in our various families, in our various countries, in our various groups. And this world is going to be a very, very great place. Always remember that when you fight for Biafra, you are fighting for a just cause, you are fighting for a better future, you are fighting for a better world. You want to leave behind a world where your soul can actually rest in good peace, that the world that you leave behind, you trust that the people you left behind is able to keep it together and do the right thing and protect humanity, So that's why we are fighting, because we cannot make this world and leave it in the hands of jihadists who their ideology seeks almost to destroy everyone. The rate at which they kill people is very outrageous. And as a people who still have conscience, who still believe in our lands, who still have that spirit, that consciousness, and share the idea of making sure you have to appreciate and join to help us shine the light to the world. So we are also asking Finland to do the right thing, to do the needful, allow the process to prevail, and do the right justice. We are begging Finland not to betray justice. Do not betray justice. Do not betray justice. Let justice be done. Our people that were killed, all the black men, those people, they deserve their peace. They deserve justice. They deserve justice. Because they don't happens in families does not mean that you shouldn't share the pain of others. You have to try to be a human a little bit, So that's what we're talking about. So fighting for Biafra is fighting for a better world, and holding people like Simon Ekpa is like keeping the world in bondage. It's like to overrun the world. Biafra is going to rise. Biafra is going to stand, and is going to unite with the world to make the world a better place, to bring peace, to bring love, to bring progress, to bring happiness. Humans are in pursuit of happiness and satisfaction. It's going to bring peace to the world, and many countries will love Biafra. They will be happy that they supported Biafra to come, knowing that this generation of Biafra are really people of peace, people that love plans to contribute to make this planet a wonderful place. Um, yes. So, Worry Sister, thank you so very much. Worry Sister was in Finland. I love her so much. She was very, very impressive, very, very interesting. Worry Sister is fun to be with. I never knew. Worry Sister could be very, very interesting. Finland, she was like a rolling star, and she's cute, she's wonderful. You could see her eyeglasses and everything, you know, and she gave our prime minister a huge confidence. He make our prime minister to stand like a man, like Odogun. Worry Sister was very, very decorative, absolutely, and I was very, very impressed. I was very impressed. Worry Sister, you make our prime minister so very happy. And when he was standing beside you, you were singing Biafra shall come. Biafra is all we need. Nobody can be able to imprison the freedom of our people. Our prime minister was looking at you. Oh God. And he said you gave him the boldness to speak the truth to the face of the world in Finland. So thank you so very much, my beautiful sister. I don't know if you are close, or if you hear and make you salute Biafrans. Salute Biafrans for your sister. Any of them. Any of them can. Worry. If you can hear me. Oh boy, blessing it will don't knock me out of it. Oh no. Man. Looks like I got knocked out. But I can still hear myself. Worry, can you hear me? Worry. So I was knocked out of the day. I gotta get back in there. Anybody hear me? Some thumbs down maybe. Okay, can you hear me? history. Oh, Chief, so thank you. Oh, Bob. Now they why not they behave like this now? Which I do now? Ah, oh, Bob. I almost thought I was just speaking to my. You guys have to react because, or maybe my spirit. I'm not very entertaining. That's why I was calling my worry sister because worry sister have a lot of energy and she's very fun to be with. To be honest, worry sister has the ability to energize the place, possibly not making it catch fire, but. Worry sister knows how to control that energy. She knows say she get fire when she release them, but she know how to make sure that that fire no go pass. Because if you come out all the fire, everywhere will explode. Yes. Worry. Why your mom? Okay. Worry sister is not there. Yes. We are also going to read another update from the international observers that came to Finland to observe the court proceedings. They came, they observed. And now they are making their record. And they are, I think, John was a man who has been posting a lot of things. So, and that guy has been very, 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 very interesting. Very, very interesting. One thing with one thing white and black people, in mind, that's my own view, I beg you. So, I think that black people are not very honest. I think that somehow white organizations happen to be more black institutions. Individuals in, sorry for using the word black, I mean Africans, can easily be bought or they can easily be negotiated with and then they can even silence the truth. But these international observers carefully record what they observed, exactly the way it happened and the way they say it. This is one thing I respect white people for. I sincerely regard them for that. The only way, as in like in this kind of case, because this kind of case can be very embarrassing. How can you tell me that you sentence a man to prison? How many years prison term because of terrorism? The person accusing this man has never provided any receipt saying that I catch this guy red-handed or camera or this person when I bring evidence when they catch him. See the receipt when they do transaction with him. So because if you say something, you cannot plant and be a that you want to cultivate it, you must plant something on something. You don't plant anything you don't plant in the air, you must put something. There must be a background for every activity, everything you do. There has to be a background. If you are accusing this man of terrorism, you have to bring a substantial evidence that is just only enough for you to hear accusation from people. People can bring accusation, but that person is not what you are saying that he is until the evidence proves him guilty. It is not yours, it is not the judge, it is evidence. to investigations has to be done. You can accuse anybody, you can fabricate evidence in order to destroy a person. You understand? Well, you have to bring a good enough evidence. You social media copy. The Biafran people are on ground, showing the world Nigeria is doing to. That place is not social media. That place, if you die, you die. You die. You understand? So go to Biafra land and bring this kind of evidence. You people has been trying hard enough to fabricate things, to silence the truth, to silence government. They didn't arrest Simon because he actually committed any crime against these people. He has done them nothing. He never do anything to them. They want to shut his mouth. And the world is watching. The world is watching. Let us briefly look out for John. Mystery John. Okay. So this is John. Or let us give it to our sister to read. Exactly. So excuse me. Back. Blue tag is here. Oh, okay, I reposted from John, and have a journalism underscore Sundo. A hashtag Finnish citizen of Nigerian origin appeared in court in Finland last week to appeal a terrorism conviction for his support for a violent uprising against Nigeria. ethnic group, a Finnish court convicted Biafran independent activist Simon Ekpa on terrorism charges in 2025 and sentenced him to 6 years. Ekpa Simon Njoku described himself as an advocate for Biafran self-determination against anti-Christian persecution by the Nigerian government and a rival Muslim ethnic militia, and rejects being called terrorist. Ekpa, 41 years old, leads an independent faction known as the Biafran Government in Exile, which refer to him as its prime minister. His case has drawn support from the International Freedom Coalition, a US-based group headed by Dr. Walid Farah, and persecuted by jihadist terrorists. The Igbos are predominantly Christians, while the Nigerian government is largely controlled by Muslim elites belonging to the Hausa and Fulani ethnic groups. The Igbos live primarily in the southeast and south-south Nigeria and complain of discrimination by these elites, as well as violent jihadist attacks by Boko Haram, Islamic State, West African province, ISWAP, and Fulani herders who they say are part of the campaign forced Islamization. The Nigerian government has denied this accusation. Ekpa's social media activities was vocally government supportive of a low-level rising against government forces, jihadis and Fulani herders. We are absolute terrorists. They come to kill us, Ekpa said in court last week. We are trying to avenge the deaths of our families. We are not terrorists in defending our territory. There were over 1 million Biafrans killed in the 1960s by the Nigerian government. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa said that the Nigerian government and Muslim tribesmen continue to kill his people even today. Have bitter memories of the 1960s when Muslim elite waged a campaign of organized pogroms that left 50,000 Igbos dead. They led to the creation of the Republic of Biafra, a partly recognized Igbo-dominated state that existed from May 30th, 1967 to January 15, 1970. The conflict was a part of the policy in 1914. The hashtag British amalgamated the Protectorate of Southern Nigeria, home to individualistic Christians and mixed people. In the Protectorate of the Northern Nigeria, they deliberately cultivated a feudal Muslim-dominated northern elite that proved pliable to colonial independent-minded Igbo, hashtag Igbo and hashtag Yoruba of the South were harder to control. Uniting the region therefore served as a power move that also allowed the wealthier South to subsidize the administration of the poorer North. The power structure continued after Nigeria gained independence in 1960, contributing to the massive loss of life. Presidential candidate Richard Nixon expressed support for Biafra in 1968 in a documented entitled Nixon Call for American Action on Biafra. It criticized Nigeria as the destruction of an entire people and said, let us at least act as the world's conscience in this matter of life and death of millions. But President Nixon had to deal with the realities of the Vietnam War and was politically unable to help. The death continues in color of United States policy and the US policy which rejects secessionism of any kind. Under Nigeria's no victor, no vanquish policy, Igbos sought greater representation in Nigeria following the request of Biafra by the Nigerian government forces. Houston Institute scholar James Bennett noted that these aspirations were never fully realized. These aspirations have not been fully realized, and Igbos have espoused widespread grievances against the Nigerian government, and the nostalgia for the short-lived Republic of Biafra that was defeated in the Civil War. Bennett wrote in a July commentary on the Hudson Institute website saying that Biafran activism has been met with repression at some times and cooptation at the others. A period of relative peace lasted until the election of the late General Muhammadu Buhari as president of the Nigeria in 2015. Buhari served in the Nigerian army during the Biafran War, which has colored how Igbos view him. The rise of violence activism by Biafrans under the Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB) followed Buhari's crackdown on the group in 2017. Human rights writers Associated of Nigeria Uisa stated in 2024 that Buhari unleashed the full weight of the Nigerian military state on IPOB in a biased manner. Uisa claimed that a similar degree of force was not directed at the Fulani herders and their terrorist groups. This is giving rise to the accusation of the bias by the Biafran groups, which accuses the Muslims-dominated government in the Abuja of the sectarian favoritism because of the Fulanis are predominantly Muslim. They Tinubu to disband the Fulani vigilante groups, and the religious liberty scholar Nina Shi noted in congressional testimony last November that the Catholic bishop gave a startling first-hand testimony that described frequent raid on the farmlands of his Makurdi diocese by the armed Fulani Muslim herders who killed, raped, or kidnapped residents, all the while shouting at the jihadist battle cry, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. She also stated in her testimony that these herders frequently use firearms in their attacks against Christian farmers, including AK-47 machine gun. and assault rifles. Report from the Nigerian media indicates that Fulani herders have spread from their short strongholds in the north and central Nigeria into authority states such as Imo State, where Finnish prosecutor castigated Ekpa last week for supporting an armed struggle. Ekpa defended the violent actions of the Biafran he supported against the Fulani Jihadist and Boko Haram and ISWAP. Numerous Nigerian press reports indicate that Fulani gunmen has been responsible for repeated attacks against locals, including the American of the Nigerian origin, and Amos in June 2025, who was gruesomely murdered and whose wife was abducted. The Imo State governor seemed massively distracted by the politics of opportunism and securing procurement. Second-term ambition of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, such much so that the governor really spent little time in Imo State to pay attention to the issues of lack of effective and efficient government-led response to the heightened state of insecurity in Imo State, made dramatic by the sudden invasion of several farmlands by the armed Fulani terrorists in Imo State, Huriwa said in a press release. The group noted that the police in Imo State gave a response to the crime. Say Fulani herdsmen create roadblocks that allows them to kidnap, rape, and kill with impunity while carrying out heavy weapons. The systemic bias in the country is from the fact that the herdsmen move about with AK-47 rifles without any harassment by the police and the army, whereas Christian farmers and #Nigeria cannot freely move about with shotguns without being arrested by the Nigerian forces in system. In Imo State, #Christian community leader Diara told TruthNigeria.com, Amnesty International announced that Imo State's Tiger-based police unit in February report for turning detainees with knives, batons, and water into coerced confession in violation of the Nigerian 2017 Anti-Torture Act. Many have died while detained, and many are arrested and held without due process. The unit has enforced disappearance of the sort that made Chilean dictator Augusto Pinochet notorious, as well as extortion. The horrific violation they have suffered, there has been no accountability to date, Issa Sanusi, director of the Amnesty International #Nigeria, said in the report. She criticized her 2025 testimony, saying he has not demonstrated the political will to direct the police and military action within his power to stop Fulani militias. Ekpa's defense rests on the right to self-determination and resistance. Additional protocol to the Geneva, to which Finland is a path, but the United States is not. His defense will present its case over the coming weeks. So that is absolutely uh, what we have from John Rosamando. John Rosamando is from the IFC Observers International Freedom Coalition from the United States to Finland to how due process works in Europe. And of course, Finland now is representing everybody, and the world is observing how jihad going against the killing of innocent Christians. No matter the blackmail they may have sold or to change the narrative, or probably they intend to benefit from their criminal deeds. The, the way I see it, yeah, unfortunately. So thank you again. I don't know if Warrior's sister is still there. Maybe if is unable to speak. Of course, you can feel free to speak if you can hear us. And yeah. So let's see what we got with I think this is a
court sitting from Monday. You understand? So this update now I'm giving you is just update, the one that just happened yesterday in the case. And this particular video now is the last video yesterday. This is the last of our people who were present in the court. You understand? This video was recorded yesterday after the hearing was ended yesterday. So they made this video here to update every one of us to know exactly what is happening in the appeal court. You understand? So let me play video so that all of you can hear our sister and also exactly good. You understand? So enjoy the video.
Well, if I got proceedings, yes. Above all, their own, and their own the very flimsy. See, good. Our own side documentation on can. In fact, upon the tummy, fire on a gone a money TK, gone a money TK. So we don't know. He just started from terrorism that is happening in the north. You see, when about that, when my airstrike, so when we have an argument, airstrike, for bomb civilians. Yes. How could you see? So what we don't say, what I know about when you chat about it. He had the Cruz, he had the US Congress now. They debate about terrorism and Christian genocide. Yes. You see?
Saturday, confirmed by the police. And who confirmed it? The public relations officer, PRO, NSP, Nafiu Abubakar. He confirmed the figures and said all the victims were killed in 8 different communities in local government area. He said 8 different communities. These are for the house. Telling you the house of that's why I keep wondering, I keep asking Nigerians all the time, what is in your brain? What sort of substance is in your brain? Is it the white matter that God created, or is it something else that is there? As they have now corrupted the Muslim to the east. Fulani are busy killing Hausa people. They will come out and they'll say, oh, the Hausa Fulani, but behind closed doors, they are slaughtering Hausa people. You can see that now. Go and ask the DAP of the public relations officer of the police in Kebbi State. He confirmed it. According to him, the command has so far recovered 88 bodies and dispatched a detachment of operatives to maintain law and order in the affected communities. There is no bombardment. Like all, no, not at all. Because they are all people and they know what they're doing. There is no bombardment. There is no shoot at sight order. There is no abduction of young men with tattoos on their body. No rape of women. No, not at all. This is in a state where 88 Hausa people were slaughtered by foreign terrorists who would want to belong to such a country. I'm asking a very simple question. When Lai Mohammed complains about IPOB and the camels, their agitation, tell me why any sensible person would not agitate to be free in a country where 91 people were slaughtered and there was no mention of it. What is of concern to them is INEC building. That is what is of concern to them. Are you following me? Are you following what I'm saying? I hope people are following the situation. A country where 91 people were slaughtered only yesterday, their concern is the East. Because Fulani has an agenda. The agenda is to conquer all of you. But some of us are so foolish and so idiotic we don't understand what their game plan is. If they do not have it in mind to conquer all of you, how come something as massive as the slaughter of 91 people did not elicit any comment from the so-called president? Tell me in which country anywhere in the world that such idiocy obtains. Only in Nigeria, when I say he's insightful truth, he's inciting violence, and you are the ones committing violence. So you are the one that killed 91 Hausa people in Kebbi State. You people are saying, oh, we're Hausa Fulani, you're killing them. It's 88 bodies were recovered. I said you keep going. Nigeria will buy over every country in the world, and our message will still be passed down to the people that need it most. ESL is not unknown gunmen and can never be. We know how unknown gunmen started. Yesterday they killed people and they lost of faith. Today, when God is the first house, they have just there, a young man there. While his relatives rise up and go, because now there's a king with a slap on rubbish. Without knowing you're walking jars on the stinking human. Nobody has condemned the killing of a young man in Barrister Joffre's house last night around 2:30 a.m. In fact, this morning. Early this morning. Have you written about him? Now, the family of that boy will be asking, what did he do wrong? Did he commit any crime? So his crime is that he's in Barrister Joffre's house and you killed him tomorrow when his brother or sister will pick up arms and start fighting the police, all of you, I don't know how to describe you demons. All of you demons is not right. All of you should trap and watch. They came to the first house and they picked up people. You know, Ejiofor is a barrister, registered with zoo courts and all the rest of it, doing his work as an attorney. What time did he commit? What was his crime? I'm asking you. You want to kill him because he's only on the council's attorney. Is that the people you want to be in some country when they have an issue with you, they're going to kill your life. Look at Mr. Okara that exposed the abduction and that exposed the genocide that took place in Obi. They threw a hand grenade into the mother's heart and blew the woman. The father went to go and bury the mother. They killed her and they shot him as well. Luckily, he managed to escape with the blessing of his foot. His right leg. Are you aware of it? The mother said, our police are being attacked. Our army are being attacked. All that rubbish. When your army is busy attacking innocent people, all of you demonic animals in the zoo called Nigeria, you all. And the next time you see a passenger, please ask him who brought unknown into the killings in Nigeria. Feel very heavy. Unknown soldiers.
You're back.
Who gone to Falaza and Mahaf, Victor, Capital Republic, or whatever it's called? Unknown soldiers. Under passenger. That's Nigeria for me. They started insecurity. Fulani, this very regime of nepotism, this regime of backwardness, this feudal regime of mediocrity. They are the ones that started insecurity in Nigeria. Wicked souls.